Chapter 3, Ratio and Proportion. This is my first lesson on rate. Rate is a comparison of two quantities that have different units. So that is the same as saying that rate is a comparison of two quantities of two different things. Okay? And how does it differ with ratio? With ratio is a comparison of two quantities of the same things. But not so with rate. We are comparing two quantities that came from two different things. It is written as a fraction. A unit rate is a rate where the denominator is 1 unit. So often it is the unit rate that is most helpful when we are working with rates. These are examples of rates. Okay, 60 kilometers over 2 hours, 100 meters over 40 seconds, 5 inches over 4 years. So this one, 60 kilometers over 2 hours, that is something that you might see when you are riding your mountain bike. Okay? So maybe you are a mountain biker and your mountain biker carries a cyclometer. And so this is something that you might see in the display of your cyclocomputer. It's a digital device and it is telling you that you were able to travel a distance of 60 kilometers in 2 hours. That is your speed, 60 kilometers in 2 hours. This one, 100 meters over 40 seconds. That is something that you might have seen when you were competing in a running competition, in a track and field, 100-meter dash. And so maybe this is what you saw when you competed in a 100-meter dash for your class as a class representative during the sports festival of your school. You were able to finish 100 meters in 40 seconds. Okay, so that is a rate. And that is speed, actually. That is speed. Now, I know that you are curious to know how fast are you growing in height. And so this one says you grew by 5 inches in height in 4 years. So this one is an example of a rate. Unit rates. So often we do not work with rates in this way. Okay? We write them as unit rates. And a unit rate is a rate where the denominator is 1. How do you do that? You just divide the numbers. 60 divided by 2 is 30. Okay? So this one is equivalent to this. 30 kilometers in 1 hour. So you have here 1. Okay? 30 kilometers in 1 hour or 30 kilometers per hour. Or you can write it in this way, 30 kilometers per hour. How about this? How do you write this as a unit rate? So this is your speed in running a 100-meter dash. So as a unit rate, what you do is you divide 100 by 40, and it is equal to this, 2.5. Okay? This one is equivalent to this, 2.5 meters over 1 second. When you are writing speed or velocity, when you have to write them as part of a sentence in a paragraph, sometimes we write it in this way, 2.5 meters per second. Okay? So this one, s raised to negative 1, you know that that is equal to 1 over s. Or you can write it in this way, 2.5 meters over 1 second. This is your growth rate in height. Okay, so in 4 years, you grew by 5 inches. As a unit rate, what you do is you just divide 5 by 4. And it is equal to 1.25. So this is your growth rate in height. It is 1.25 inches per year. Example 3.6, profit per share of stock. Marco bought 1,000 shares of stock for 2,500 pesos. A year later, he sold all shares for 3,000 pesos. What was his profit per share? So his profit by selling 1,000 shares is equal to this. 3,000 pesos minus 2,500 pesos over 1,000 shares. Okay? So by selling 1,000 shares, he got a profit of 500 pesos. This, however, is not a unit rate. Okay? So we are more interested in profit per share. So how much is the profit per share? We divide 500 by 1,000. And that is equal to this, 0.5 pesos per share. Or 0.5 peso per share, that is 50 centavos per share. So Marco earned 50 centavos per share when he sold all his 1,000 shares. Example 3.7, deciding on the best compensation. You received 4 employment offers, each offering a different compensation scheme. So one company offered you this. If you will work for us, this is what you will earn. 340,500 pesos in a year. The second company gives you this. If you work with us, you will earn this much. You will earn 28,400 pesos per month. The third company offers you this. If you will work for us, this is how you will be paid. You will be paid 6,000 pesos per week. The fourth company offers you this. If you work for us, you will be paid 180 pesos per hour. Okay, so you must decide, which is the best based on the amount of income that you will earn. But these schemes are not exactly comparable, because they are presented to you in different units of measurement, This one is income a year, the other one is income per month, this one is income per week, and this one is income per hour. So we have these assumptions. An employee must work 40 hours in a week, and there are 52 work weeks in a year. So the first thing that we must do is we must make them comparable. So let us choose this to be our benchmark for comparison. Income per year. So we will convert these payment schemes into income per year. So this is our benchmark for comparing the income. 340,500 a year. So if you will be paid 28,400 pesos in a month, in a year, this is the amount of income you will get. 340,800 pesos. If you will be paid 6,000 pesos a week, and there are 52 work weeks in a year, the amount of income that you will earn in a year is going to be this, 6,000 pesos times 52. All in all, it's going to be this, 312,000 pesos. Now, if you will accept this offer, 180 pesos per hour, and there are 40 hours in a week, 40 working hours, and there are 52 work weeks in a year, so the fourth employment opportunity is promising you this. If you work for us, this is what you stand to receive in a year, 374,400 pesos. So based on this incomes to be earned in a year, this is the best compensation offer.